Hello, everybody. My name is Luchara, and I want to talk about the laws that I have on my eco server. This is my seventh community server. The laws have evolved over time. They'll probably continue to evolve over time, so I might have to remake this video eventually. But for now, today, let's talk about the laws currently on my server. So I have them divided up into three categories. Now, you can put all your laws in one category if you want. You can have even more categories if you want to build a second court. It's not limited to three. Like I said, if you build a second court, you have six, three, nine, etc. So I have them divided into these laws are everything that has to do with money. These are temporary laws that are intended to be removed. And this is basically everything else. I guess you could call this the quality of life laws. So let's take a peek at the laws that have to do with money first. So right away, on first login, you receive 750 loonies, which is our main and really only currency on the server. This used to be 500. I raised it to 750 this time, just to give everybody a little more buying power in the early game. I think I like it. I think that's a good idea. And then we get, whenever somebody tamps the road, which is they use the road tool to turn, a dirt block into dirt road. If it's located in the road or highway district, then they get paid out zero point 0.1 of the currency from the treasury. Let's break away from the court briefly to talk about districts. So districts are made in the zoning office. Actually, I guess we don't need to look at the zoning office. Districts, roads. So these, we got the purple for the main highway. I got the green for the secondary roads. Um, I could have just made them all the same color. I just like to have the separate colors so you can see it a little clearer because the main roads are a little wider. I want to mention that drawing districts don't do anything on their own. Districts are just meant to be referenced by laws or by various other things, mostly laws. So let's go back. Let's look at these laws. So if you tamp a road inside the road district, you get paid. Just like if you build a dirt ramp in the road district, you get paid 0.25 loonies. And you'll notice here, though, if you deconstruct a ramp in the road district, you get taxed. The reason for this is you need to have this in. Otherwise, if you don't have the tax, somebody could just come down, they could place the dirt ramp, get paid, then pick it up, and then place it, and just do that infinitely until they have as much money as they want and or the government is broke. So you need to have the tax to prevent people from taking advantage of it. So then we got stone roads. Again, inside, constructed, they get paid. When they deconstruct inside the districts, they get taxed. Stone ramps, same idea. All right, so chopped tree. If you felled the tree and it's on unowned land, you get taxed zero point 0.5 loonies. But if you chop the stump on unowned land, you get paid 0.5 loonies. This is to encourage people to remove their stumps. Um, Now, the unowned land qualifiers, because I realize sometimes people on their land, they want to leave the stumps because if there's a stump, the tree doesn't grow. So I do have the qualifier that it needs to be on unowned land. And also, if you clean up tree debris, you get paid an additional 0.1. So you come out ahead. If you clean up your stump, if you clean up your debris, you make money. If you just chop down the tree and don't do any of that, you lose money, right? That's just how this works. And then we got, okay, so old growth redwood in particular, we had a problem a couple servers ago, or I guess it was last server, where people were cutting down old growth redwoods and not chopping down the stump. So if you chop down an old growth redwood, you get taxed $50, but if you remove the stump, you get the 50 back. Just to encourage people, if you're going to cut down an old growth redwood, make sure you remove the stump. I did originally have a law that just prevented cutting down old growth redwoods, but people were like, "Oh, but it's in my way or it's in this road district," so I just removed it. And then we have the payout for placing asphalt concrete. Again, if it's within the roads. So the payout is basically you take whatever the price of the road is and add a little bit. I believe this is 0.5 higher. It was originally 0.3, and I found people weren't really placing roads anymore, so I increased it so that they make 50 cents for every road they place, essentially. Some things you can do with this law as well. You could put a qualifier on there that says that if people are a basic engineer, they don't get paid for placing the roads, or they get paid less since basic engineers make roads. This is just to encourage the basic engineers to actually sell their roads so that everybody can take advantage of this and not just the basic engineers. But I don't have that in here because it hasn't really been a problem on my server. The basic engineers we have, well, they play some roads. They do also sell them, so it's been fine. All right, so that is the laws that have to do with money. So let's take a look at what you would call the quality of life laws. So this one here just prevents claims inside roads, highway, or the Parks District. I'll talk about the Parks District here. Well, basically the Parks District is just set up so that people can't claim in it and they can't chop the trees in it. If chop tree in the Parks District, prevent, right? Just so that people can make pretty looking parks. If you want a park district, let me know. I will probably draw one for you. But yeah, we don't want people claiming the road district, right? You can on claim if you happen to have a claim and then the road district gets drawn, you can on claim. But generally, I'm not going to draw road districts through claimed land. All right, and this is the big one. This is probably the most quality of life one that I have. When you harvest or hunt with 3 tools, which is the 3 bows. So basically, if you hunt in owned land, sorry, owned, on, oh my God. If you're on owned land, claimed land, if you're on claimed land, you can hunt, ignore authorization, because there's nothing worse than chasing down a bison and you got like 6 arrows into it, and then it runs on somebody's claim and you can't hunt it anymore. No. This one here, whenever there's tree debris down, ignore authorization if it's on somebody's land. So you can go onto somebody else's land, clean up their tree debris, and get paid for it. Actually, I guess you wouldn't get paid for it because it's on claimed land, but you can still clean it up. And this is chop tree on the ground, ignore authorization. So what this means is if you chop down a tree that's on your land or on claimed land and it falls onto somebody else's claim, you can then you can finish, you can get your wood essentially, right? That's all that this means. And then there's the parks thing, so that's all there is there. Not much there. Again, I don't have a ton of laws on my server, but people have been asking to see them, so here we are. And then in the temp laws, we just have prevents people placing lasers, prevents people placing computer labs. Because now I haven't had this problem, but I've seen other content creators where people in the middle of the night placed lasers and shot down the meteor while the content creator and most of the server wasn't on. And while I don't think anybody on my server would do that, it's better safe than sorry. We have the law. I added the computer lab this run because last run a couple people had computer labs just for looks in their house. But if you have more than one computer lab on your power grid with the lasers, it won't work. You can't shoot the meteor down. I had to go around and remove the other computer labs to shoot down the meteor last run. So rather than deal with that, I'm just preventing computer labs. Obviously, once we have a date for the laser or for the meteor shooting down, which honestly will probably be, oh, let me look at the calendar here. Probably be July 9th, I would say, more than likely. Once we get to that date, I'll remove the law, right? There was also an additional temple on here that we had that prevented the advanced professions from being taken in the early game. I removed the law on day 10, but there was no advanced masonry, no composites, no oil drilling, electronics, industry, and advanced cooking and advanced baking. You couldn't take those until I removed the law. That's it. That's all I have for laws. Again, I like to keep my servers simple. I like them to be relatively new player friendly. Like I know there are servers out there that have an absolute, metric butt ton of laws. That's not what I run, but this is what I do run. And I will probably continue to run these or some version of these on all my servers, something similar. Again, they will evolve. They have evolved over the course of 7 servers. But yeah, that's what I got. For anybody who's curious, that's what I have for laws. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, subscribe. You want to join this current server or future servers, join my Discord. Most importantly, be good to each other. Have a great day. And I'll see you in the next one.